These are the game franchises that you must play before you die, or your life as a gamer is just incomplete. Welcome to another episode of Game On, where we talk all things gaming, classics, new releases, and everything in between. Today I am counting down on the top game franchises that you must play before you die. So let's get into it. Let's start with the first one. So now, if you love open world games with deep characters and cinematic storytelling, Red Dead Redemption is a must. Set in the final days of American Wild West, both Red Dead Redemption 1 and Red Dead Redemption 2 offer powerful stories filled with moral choices, emotional moments, and unforgettable characters. Red Dead Redemption 2 especially is a masterpiece. It's long, yes, but every minute feels like living a second life. Arthur Morgan's story will hit you hard, and the world is so immersive it feels real. Haunting, then gunfights, horseback riding, poker, fishing. This game has it all. So now let's talk about the second one. This is the ultimate zombie survival horror franchise. From creepy mansions to mysterious labs to villages and castles full of mutated horrors, Resident Evil keeps reinventing itself while staying terrifying. Iconic characters like Leon Kennedy, Jill Valentine, and Chris Redfield lead the way through unforgettable stories. So start with Resident Evil 2 remake, then try Resident Evil 3, 4, 5, then like my favorite is Resident Evil 7 Biohazard and Resident Evil 8 Village for a first person horror experience that will make you check your doors at night. Yup, whether it's action or slow burn terror, Resident Evil delivers. Let's talk about the third franchise, which is the Quantic Dream games. Now, this is gaming as interactive cinema. Like in Detroit Become Human, you play as three androids in a futuristic world where robots begin to feel human emotions. The story branches, based on every choice you make, and no two playthroughs are the same. It's like being part of a movie where you control the outcome. And also try Heavy Rain, it's a murder mystery, and Beyond Two Souls, a supernatural thriller, and starring William Defoe, yeah, the Green Goblin. So if you want stories that hit you emotionally and make you think, then these games are perfect. Now the next franchise, or let's say a game, it's different. It's not just a game, it's a full blown experience. So do you want to fly over your hometown? You can. Want to land a Boeing 747 in a stormy weather? Yes, you can. Microsoft Flight Simulator recreates the entire planet using satellite data and real-time weather from beginners flying small Cessnas to aviation pros piloting commercial jets. The realism is like just unmatched over here. It's not fast paced, but you will love flying, traveling, or just exploring. This is an absolute must play. So let's talk about the fourth one. It's not a franchise, it's a game. This series hits hard emotionally. I'm talking about The Walking Dead by Telltale. Every choice matters, and the story is all about survival, trust, and heartbreak in a zombie apocalypse. Now, season 1 introduces Lee and Clementine, and it only gets more intense from there. Each season builds on your previous choices, making the story feel personal and real. Like Detroit Become Human, this one is about decisions, but emotionally, it hits even harder. Yeah, the graphics are little, different than the newer games, but yeah, it's still beautiful and it's a must try. Now let's talk about the sixth franchise, which is The Last of Us. This is storytelling at its absolute best. Yes, it's the best, period. The Last of Us Part 1 is about Joel and Ellie, two survivors in a broken world filled with infected monsters and worse, desperate humans. Yeah, the gameplay mixes stealth, brutal combat, and deep emotional moments. Part 2 continues the story in bold and unexpected ways, and while it's, divisive, it's incredibly powerful and pushes boundaries. The remastered version looks stunning, and the storytelling is so strong that it inspired a hit TV series. Now, this isn't just a game, it's an experience. Believe me, just give it a try, it's the best. Now, let's talk about the seventh franchise, which is The God of War, a franchise that evolved from myth busting rage to emotional storytelling. In the Norse saga of God of War, we see a different side of Kratos, not just a god, but a father. You play as Kratos guiding his son Atreus through a journey filled with gods, monsters, and emotional growth. The combat is heavy and satisfying, the puzzles are even more clever, and the world is beautifully built. God of War Ragnarok takes the story even further with jaw dropping boss fights and emotional depth that few games reach. Now let's talk about another horror journey. From the creator of Resident Evil comes another terrifying journey. The evil within throws you into a twisted, nightmarish world where nothing is what it seems. The first game is brutal, dark, and incredibly intense. The second game balances action with psychological horror and even some open world sections. If you are looking for pure, disturbing horror with a strong story and creepy atmosphere, this one is for you. So now, as we are already talking about horror, let's talk about another franchise. This franchise is horror in its purest psychological form. I'm talking about Silent Hill. Silent Hill isn't just about monster, it's about guilt, trauma, and human mind. Silent Hill 2 is the standout. Its story is disturbing, emotional, and masterfully written. The soundtrack is iconic. It's pretty iconic. The foggy town setting is chilling, and it's one of the few games that truly gets under your skin. If you love deep, thought-provoking horror, Silent Hill will haunt you in a good way, of course. Now let's talk about the 10th franchise, the franchise that lets you explore history like never before. Like, I'm talking about Assassin's Creed. Whether you are sneaking through Italy as Ezio or battling gods in ancient Egypt, Assassin's Creed blends real historical settings with science fiction. There's a divide in the fan base. Some prefer the original stealth based games like Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, while others enjoy the newer RPG style games like Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. Either way, it's a journey through time with hidden blades, ancient conspiracies, and parkour, so it is a must play franchise. Now, let's talk about the 11th and the final franchise, which is the Far Cry, another franchise from Ubisoft. Now, every Far Cry game drops you into a chaotic open world run by a very good, crazy villain. Far Cry 3 is a classic with Vaas, one of the gaming's most iconic bad guys. Far Cry 4 takes you to the Himalayas with explosive gameplay and beautiful views. And Far Cry 5 puts you in a rural America fighting a religious cult, and it has one of the most unexpected endings. So, if you love open world madness, stealth takedowns, and wild shootouts, this franchise has you covered. And especially my favorite games are Far Cry 3, 4, and 5. So you must play those games. Now wait, don't go. I have a bonus franchise. Yes, this is gaming's version of an Indiana Jones movie. I'm talking about the Uncharted franchise. So follow Nathan Drake, a charming treasure hunter, as he uncovers lost cities and dodges deaths and climbs everything in sight. Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 4 are especially amazing with epic set pieces, lovable characters, and cinematic storytelling. It's action packed, funny, emotional, and just pure fun. If you love adventure and a good story, this franchise is gold. And that's it. Those are the top 10 game franchises that you must play before you die. Whether you are into emotional stories, explosive action, heart-racing horror, or deep exploration, there's something here that will stay with you forever. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your favorite game franchise in the comments below. Thanks for watching Game On. Until next time, keep gaming, stay safe, and play something unforgettable. Goodbye. Peace.